Hello everyone, Father Jerry here still in Assisi with another Lenten reflection. I'm standing here, this focus and the reason I'm here is the 800th anniversary of the death of St. Francis, but I'm standing in the place where he was born, his place where he was born and the home that he was raised in. Behind me are his parents, and if you know anything about the story of Francis, he had a troubled period in his life. This had to do with his conversion, and when he felt the Lord was asking him to rebuild the church, his father, who was a very successful salesman in fabrics and silks, while he was out of the country, Francis took some of those belongings and sold them to finance this renovating of the church. And this caused a major fracture. When his father came back, he was furious. In fact, he had Francis put in jail. If you look closely at the statue, you can see he's holding in his hand a chain. After Francis served his time, he went on to this deeper conversion, and he felt called to the Lord, called to detach himself. And so there's a famous scene where he takes off all of his clothes and gives them to the poor. He renunciates his last name, so he has no claim to his family's inheritance. We don't know. It doesn't appear that there was ever a reconciliation with his parents. I can't even imagine. Every time I see this statue, I just think of how tough it is to be a teenager and how tough it is to be a parent of a teenager. Stuff happens. There's consequences to choices, and some parents say, I missed the class on how to raise a teenager, and teenagers are influenced in ways that I can't even imagine. Today, standing in this place, despite the suffering of a period of his life, Francis found new life in his embrace of poverty, chastity, and obedience. And as his zeal drew other people to him, a movement that would transform the church in the world happened, and it all began here. And one could say in the place where he was born, embraced by the love of the Lord. Lent is all about doing hard stuff, and we all have things on our personal agendas that are tough. Changing patterns of behavior, getting new priorities in our life, reaching out to reconcile and heal. These are not easy things. Yet Lent calls us to a willingness to change our ways, to lay open our hearts to the possibilities of a life grounded in peace and mercy and hope. Despite this period of tension and alienation, Francis, through his writings, through his personal style of living, through his witness to the gospel, what an influence he had on the world, and an influence he continues to have. I'm just astounded here with the tens of thousands of people that have come to Assisi the week that I've been here from all over the world. I was talking to people from Cambodia and Colombia, driven by their esteem of St. Francis of Assisi. May your Lent be filled with hope and new life. May the Lenten journey, although hard, be filled with grace and the confidence that God is walking with you, carrying the crosses that you carry, so that together this Easter we'll find new life. As they say here in Assisi, the great Franciscan greeting, Pax et bonum, peace and goodness in all things. May your Lent be blessed.